and now I'm recording the screen. So a couple things you need to know about WeVideo. You still need to come over here. Okay. Now, uploads, project bin, videos, images. The first thing I want you to look at when you go to click on videos, for example, I want you to click on videos and type in education. So I'm going to walk you all through what I want. Click on videos and type in education. When you do that, it comes up with a lot of really cool videos that you can see. For example, this top one on the top left, it's got a person writing with a book. So all you're going to do, and I'm going to drive this up just a little bit, you're going to drag that to video one. Now, I want to make sure you do exactly what I do so I know you know what you're doing. Okay, so we'll review. We're going to go to videos. You're going to go to search videos. Type in education. And the very first one that pops up is what you're going to choose. Okay, now there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. I'm going to walk you through it, continue to go the process. Okay, then you're going to go in, you're going to type in technology. Okay, and you're going to take, again, the very first one. You're going to put it right beside video one on the timeline. So when I go and scroll over and I hit the space bar, now you have roughly about 30 seconds of stock footage. Okay. Now, what I'm going to show you real quick is if over here on the left, it's a zoom in and a zoom out. So if I wanted to zoom out so I can expand that clip, if I want to, and I'm going to make this a part of your demo. If I zoom out, then I can split the clip. I'm going to choose the clip and split it. And then I'm going to choose this clip, move this over. I'm going to choose this clip and split it. Okay, now if you don't have a charger or you don't have a Chromebook, this demonstration will be available to you for you all to work on it. So right now you have, if you look at the timeline, there's roughly about 15 seconds. Roughly about 15 seconds of video. All right. Now the cool thing about it, if you do, like you see where the video goes from one to the other, and it just quickly goes, it's like a cutaway. If I want a nice smooth transition, I can add a smoother transition in between the two where it blends. Okay. So just as a quick review, the first one, you're going to type in education on video and the top left. And then the next one is technology, again on the top left. Okay, the very first one on the top left. Okay. Now, if for some reason yours is a little different, just choose the one on the top left. But it should be there because your stock videos and my stock videos are the same. Okay. Now, if you wanted to choose images, we're going to go back in, and for an image, let's type in students. Okay. And it should pop up an image. And again, I want to choose the top left. So that's just an image of students. It's a stock photo. Now, if you had your own image, you could drop that in there. But I just want to show you that process. Okay. So you click on image, type in students, and you take the one on the top left. Now, in this case, that's a still image. We don't have to do anything with it. But if you wanted to add the transition to make it like what's called cross dissolve, it'll be more smooth. Now, if you don't want to do that, and there's a cutaway, like one to another, if you're doing a hype video, wherever the case may be, you can do that. Now we're going to start adding text. Okay. And again, I'm going to go back and review this. I'm going to add the text. So when I go to text, there's titles and captions, all that cool thing. I'm going to add a sample text. It just says sample text on the text timeline. And if you notice, it puts it up over top. But I don't want that to extend past that first clip, the book. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink it to match the 6.03 seconds. Okay. Now, once you add the sample text, I'm going to double click on it, and then you can put your name. So I'm going to put my name. Actually, let's just all put media arts class. Okay, and the reason I want that is because I know, like when I go to grade it, everybody has the same thing. That way, if you're helping each other, you have the exact same thing. Okay, so the very first text is media arts class, like that. Okay, so you have 3 clips. You have cross dissolve or cross fade in between. It's also called cross dissolve. And you have the technology one, and you have the students one. Okay? So, give me 1 second. Make sure I got it here. Okay, cool. We'll close that out. All right. All right, so the next thing, I'm going to take the sample text. I'm going to put it over top of the technology one. And all I'm going to do is type in the word technology. That's all I'm going to do. Technology. Now, if you go down to the bottom, you can change the font. So you hit done. Okay. And then if you want to, like in this case, it's not centered. So you can take it and center it if you need to. And right now I'm just eyeballing it. You can see if I wanted to make it larger, smaller, I can do so. But I'm just going to name that technology. And then last but not least, I'm going to take the sample text, go to this one, shrink it, and label it students.
Wait, now it's long.
Okay. Now, let me show you. So what you can do is you can hit the zoom in to make it longer or wider. You can do the zoom out to see the whole, see the whole thing. See how that works? So it's still the same, almost 20 seconds of clips and text. But what you do there, the reason you would zoom out is to see the whole thing. Now, if I want to zoom in, the reason you would zoom in is because let's say you don't want this whole thing and you wanted to select this and split it, you could.
How do you get the transition?
Okay, so here's how you get the transition. Okay, let me go just a regular zoom. So I'm going to get rid of it. You see that little plus sign, add transition, and then you can do it on the front and the back. So like if I added this transition, now I have crossfade at the beginning and I'll have crossfade at the end. Okay. But in this case, I don't want the one yet there because we're going to add more to it. All right. Now we're going to build in how do you do green screening and things like that. That's where we're going to stop. Before you do anything first, you need to go up to where it says My Project, and you need to type in your last name and your first name. Okay, first WeVideo. Okay, and I'm going to close it. And just to let you guys know, when I go in to look at your all's class, when I review the progress, and I'll do this for every class. So, for example, let's look at Violet's and see her progress. So there you go. So she's got what I've asked her to get, and I'm not going to give you a timeline on it. So don't turn anything in yet. For those people that aren't if I click on something, there's nothing there, then you need to make sure you go back and watch the demo and mirror what I'm doing. Let's look at Zay's real quick. So she's got a good start. Okay. So that being said, we're going to stop right there and you all can line up.